Multi.tv.
Okie dokie, here we go. We're back for the Division 1 Women's Championships now. We have Rogue versus Factory Flash. Rogue based out of Sydney and Factory from Canberra. A very nice D there by Marine Schmidt. Wow, this is going to be another thrilling matchup. We got some excellent women's games. And Factory a little bit stuck right now. A long throw, that's Schmidt again. Trying to get the reset there. So Stuve resetting the disc. MSN with a long one. And Lorna Barr unable to get it down and under control. So Rogue now will take over on offense. While we see the disc come back in, I'm joined in the commentary box by Rosa Wang. Rosa, good evening. Try again, Rosa. I think we've got you now.
I was baited. I did not think this was live, but echoing the words previously spoken, exciting game here. Loz picking up the disc, quick movement to Lila, who patiently finds Marine. This is Kira Bobbin. Maddie's looking long, and she shoots! Is it a score? Oh, Kira runs it down!
It's not quite in yet.
Not quite in, not quite in. It's out of perspective for me.
Oh, in the cram hole we go.
Cram, yes, Jess Needle with the score!
So Rosa, you're an absolute natural. I was getting you on the microphone to talk to you a little bit and interview you, and all of a sudden you're off calling the play. This is excellent. So you're injured this weekend. You should be out there.
Yeah,
what happened?
A bunch of our team is injured, actually, hence us making a focus to be very loud on the sideline. My injury was a bit silly.
Well, we won't.
We're not going to talk about that on the
We
stream.
won't talk about that. Factory is very short this weekend. Only 10 names. So going Going to be a rough tournament, I think, for this Factory Flash team. Rosa, what's the prep been like for Factory this year?
It's good. We've taken a bit of a different approach this year by having more of a development focus. Our coach, Ariel, is really keen on nurturing each player to sort of grow into the role that they want to have on the team. So to maybe if that's like playing a bit differently to how they usually play. So it's good. I'm excited. We usually play out of 2 lines to try and build that chemistry, but our short numbers this tournament mean that's not possible. But that's okay.
With not enough to fill 2 full lines, needing 14 obviously to do that. 10, you're a couple of people short. Was there much conversation about pulling some of the players from the Div 2 Factory team up into the first team and giving them a run?
No, and I think it was actually because it was kind of last minute. A bunch of our injuries happened like yesterday/today. So no, Frenzy are off doing their own thing.
Yeah, and I imagine that COVID as well, you know, has probably knocked out a player or 2. And
actually, interestingly enough, none of our players have COVID.
Okay, touch wood really fast.
Yeah.
You don't want to jinx yourself, as Kiwi is going to put up an outside in towards the end zone. Rohu going to turn it over.
It's getting windy. How are these mics at blocking out the wind?
These mics are pretty damn good, so you can talk freely, knowing that you're coming through to all those people listening in at home, Rosa.
Much experience from you guys here.
So Factory.
Nice cut from Susan. Finds Samara. What's she going to send it? No, we've got a really strong crosswind coming from...
It's from the top of the screen to the bottom.
Top of the screen to the bottom. Light rain picking up as well.
Well, that's a turnover, and Rogue will get it back. So, Rogue now. Nice throw out to Weir and Owens. Oh, the fast Owens going to have to bid. But no, it's from behind. There's Owens popping up.
I'm amazed how you managed to like look at the play and also find people's numbers to make commentary. I'm really struggling.
It takes some practice as the rain comes back. I think we'll need to take a quick break while we adjust the marquee again, because we're getting rained on. Give us a moment.
We'll be right back, folks.
So, after that brief interlude, as the rain is just all of a sudden out of nowhere started to pour. Minor adjustments to try and save some of the electronics here. And Factory Flash will go back on offense. Well, wouldn't be Ultimate Frisbee without some weather. And Newcastle supplying some weather that probably we'd expect out of Melbourne. A bid Doesn't work out. Factory now. And another turn. It's going to be a lot of turns, I think, in this game. The divisions have become treacherous. Weir gets under. That strong right foot jab step to create the separation. The crossfield throw, it pops up in the air. Oh, and off the hands of Weir. There is so much at stake at the moment, so much that is challenging. Shannon Bubb on the sideline looks unimpressed. And I think that that's probably the polite way of putting the facial expression she just gave me as we finally see score to cap that point. Dear me. I think that the rain may have set in. I can't really see the horizon anymore, so that throw out to Maddie Owens. Had such a great season last year, did Owens. Breakout talent. I think she's going to go to the top of this rogue list and be one of their best players for many years to come. Where would you rather be than sitting at the rain at the old Frisbee? I wonder. Okay, that's a roller. It's going to get as far as possible down the field, which isn't far at all. Just only past halfway of Bell will pick it up for Factory. Bell who had a great debut season last year. Nice catch out in front. Emerson off the hands. You're going to see a lot of that. Just discs that are hard to control. Hard plastic that is wet. It will go through the hands in a flash. So Emerson again, we'll get another shot at this. Next throw for the score. Lorna Barr getting it on the ground. That's 2-1. Factory flash. Wow. In what was manageable conditions earlier, just become just gross, really. It's just, I'm glad that I'm at least a little bit dry. The players, well, they would have been soaked within 30 seconds. The rain, the hard driving rain that just soaks everything. See, listen, one of the coaches of Factory Flash making his way off the field. Factory Flash defense sitting ready. That's the call. Oh, and it's to be expected, honestly. The disc It's hard to catch when it's like this. Just in at waist height, should be a regulation catch, and it's really not. It is not that easy at the moment. So a golden opportunity. Just in the air trying to get it out that far sideline. So Janacek had the drop. Oh, now there's a backhand that slips out of the hand a little bit. Jenny Wu trying to get something down the field. Looks like we have a turn back in the other direction. So Janacek will pick it up and try and go to Bub. Goes over Bub to Weir, and then Weir combining with Bub. There's Bub in the end zone. Nice move there. Started by the crossfield flick by Janacek. The Rogues score their second of the game. So at 2-all, we've got a game. Simon Talbot of Victorian Ultimate fame, and he couldn't help but rib me about the weather. Mostly because I spend most of my time complaining about the weather when I'm down south, so if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And so we see a ball that gets really nice distance on it. And Rogue have made an adjustment here, electing to go with a zone match. Nice throw out into space. It's well grabbed by Northard, and Northard is going to try and put one. But it's not going to get further than Jenny Wu. The Rogue now got 60 metres to travel. Oh, that's a humongous flick down the field, and it is drop goal. That was Elena Martos that put up that huge flick. Emerson tries to engage the reset. Capel trying to get away. Emerson. Yep. You're going to see a lot of it. So Ray Carpenter and Elena Martos is going to have a think about it. A shared joke that it's definitely a foul. Matos gets it down the line. So now the Rogue come a long way. Still the longest, sometimes what feels like the longest part is going those final 10 metres into the end zone. They've done it. Rogue go up the break. That's 3-2. Oh, that's some good offense in terrible conditions. 3-2 the score. Wow. This game is well and truly on. Considering that Nationals is going to be held only a short way up the road, some 45 minutes away up the road. Getting used to these conditions and getting used to performing in these conditions going to be very important for both teams. So just a precursor for what might come later in April anyway, for these Division 1 teams. Division 2 tournament will be played in early April. So book your tickets now. No, you don't actually need to book tickets. You can just show up. We'll take anyone. We're a very welcoming community here in Frisbee. So Weir has the disc in hand. Young player who has just turned into a massive star off the back of monstrous performances. Factory, they're on offense. Rain has abated some here. Liz de Hoog trying to do something and comes up empty. Rogue now. Chance to go up early, go up by 2. Brandon Lamb. Out to Inez Ruiz. Weir goes with a wild one. And it's Kirsten Eyre who does enough. De Hoog. Nice throw out in front of Marine Schmidt. And Schmidt can't get it past Lamb. And Lamb instantly towards the end zone. Inez Ruiz for the goal. I think that's Iris Ferrat with the score. Well, that's the moment we're talking about now, with Rogue up 4-2 in this game. Now Iris Ferrat with the score. So there's been a timeout call. We'll be back very shortly as we continue to spectate this fascinating match between these top 2 teams from the Women's Division 1 Championships. See what changes Factory are going to make with this short line. So, 4-2 the score. The timeout's now breaking the huddles. What has been said has been said. The adjustments have been talked about at least. Now the challenge becomes to execute out there on the field of play. And sometimes it's easier said than done, especially with disc being wet, the ground becoming heavier by the moment. We have had a bit of rain here in Newcastle over the past week or so. Sydney down south have been absolutely copping it, but us not so much. There's been enough that the ground is a little bit wet. And now with this added rain, it potentially just changing those conditions just a tad. So the ball slides along the ground, picking up all that water along the way. And Factory are on offense. A push pass. Nice throw, but it goes past Liz the Hoog. So it's Samara Norton. For the reset, Mercedes Janacek is going to go with a big backhand. Oh, not a nice block that is by Laura Emerson. Climbs up into the Raymond Terrace sky and swats that one out of bounds. That's a very nice block indeed. She played with good leverage, good positioning in the lane, underneath slightly as you want to be on those deep cuts by those receivers. It looks like that is a little bit of strangeness. Emerson from Coffin corner. And Factory are getting forced backwards by the Rogue defense. Now there's that longer cross-field throw, a costly turnover. Rogue, an opportunity really now to start to stretch their lead. So Carpenter going to pick up the disc. Yeah, the high release Ray Carpenter for the goal. It's 5-2. Well, this game really not going to plan for Factory Flash at the moment. So, Ariel Ivanovic and Nick Hodgson need to come up with something. Because at the moment, the fortunes of Factory Flash are dwindling somewhat. A team that, before COVID struck in 2020, had handed Ellipsis a defeat. One of the first times, or the few times ever, has a team beaten Ellipsis. Factory did that in the final of Event 1, as it was called, or Event 2, I think, actually, which was the last Frisbee tournament we played before the first round of COVID lockdowns. And so, off the back of that, many pundits fancied that Factory team a chance at going deep in the national championships, potentially winning. A year later, they slid out of the semi-finals in shock fashion in their hometown tournament. Turnover. Elena Ladamatos with an outside in backhand. Sunny Zhao goes back to Ladamatos. Nice reset to keep things moving for Rogue. Kia Weir on the near sideline. Weir will go back to Ladamatos, who changes catching technique suddenly. off the hands. Factory, go fast. Schmidt trying to combine there. Kirsten Air throws a low one. Schmidt cannot handle. The rain has, whilst it had debated there for a moment, now it's returned in greater volume. Sunny Zhao. Zhao engages Latamatos, looking for the reset. Latamatos gets up the line. Getting a good look at the end zone at the moment, and I think you can just see the effect that the conditions is having. There's the Hoog. He's going to pull one up there. It's a very nice throw. It's, well, it speaks for itself a little bit because you can see what she's trying to do. She's trying to let it get in and milk it in, and then too many things going on at once. Oh no, I need to catch it. I'm not quite in. What do? Do I jump? Do I catch? And it just all come together in a little bit of a calamity. And Rogue now will have to go full length of the field, some 60 metres. Towards Weir. On the second chance, she got it. Owens can't handle that one. She just is sorry, back towards the stack. So, Air. Looking for DeHoog. Northard. Schmidt. Back to DeHoog. DeHoog faking that throw. It's a pretty good throw. Very nice by Factory Flash. They score. Nice inside break there. Opening up that defense. Attacking the weak side and the weak part of the field. The coach, Martin Forrest of Sydney, out there for Rogue. Linus, as he's known. Coaching this Rogue outfit. Really important to note that Claire Bartram is also out. She had COVID a little while ago now, so she's fine, but really struggling with the after effects of that virus. So Factory, despite having a short line, are putting up quite a good fight here. Certainly not making it easy for Rogue. Okay, so Factory to go on defense. Stuve. Good pull. Rain has abated again. Carpenter with that high release backhand finds Ruiz. Janacek has the bid and it's just too far. So Appel will pick it up for Factory. Goes straight down the line. And you can see the disc just slipping through the hands as the athletes try and catch. That's Susan Deadman. And so Factory go to a zone. It looks like there is a call. Janacek. Carpenter. It's going with that high release backhand again. Been working for her. Pigeon finds Ruiz. And Ruiz is going to go with the backhand. Emerson's in the area, the bid as well. Nabuya Kasuya gets horizontal, trying to get it. Lost the ground though, Appel. Under pressure is Deadman. That was another turnover. So Carpenter has been doing a lot of the handling duties. See ya. Right now, somehow Marie Schmidt is marking two people and did a relatively good job of it. Carpenter comes up with it, goes back to Kazuya. It's for the reset. It pops up, it's high, hard to handle. Looks like Janacek. A bit of a coming together between Janacek and Deadman. They're going to talk it over. Looks like Janacek, actually it was going to play on, and it was under the perspective of one of her teammates that maybe she's decided to make a call. The intricacies of self-officiated sport, if you're not involved directly in the play, you can't make a call on behalf of your teammate. They have to do it themselves. And it looks like the call will be waved away. It's retracted if there was anything. More than anything, it was likely just a conversation. Schmidt. Oh, Schmidt. And it's a slippery one. And it looked good out of the hands. I thought Schmidt had just put it in the end zone. It doesn't work out. Janacek will give it back to Factory Flash. They're deep in the red zone. Appel looks for that inside break, can't get it. Doesn't go to Schmidt either, looking for Emerson. Emerson falls over, there's a stall. Appel throws a blind one towards Maureen Schmidt, who's in the end zone. No, they've played on. There is a stall called. The no-look backhand worked out. Yeah, and there's a turnover. The road defense holding strong, forcing that turnover on stall pressure. Janacek. Janacek looking for Raya Carpenter. Carpenter combining with Janacek. There's Wu. Yu Lee Yeep. He's going to go back with an outside in towards Janacek. It's a good throw by Yeep. Wu. Yeep's in there as well. Wu to this near sideline. A huge bid by Emerson. Kabuya Nasu. Oh! Kasuya leaving it all on the field, going horizontal in a big way. It's off the back of the big bid by Emerson as well. Oh, it was great form as well. Now Emerson brings it back and gets tapped in. This Factory offense got caught out just before, and it's going to get caught out again. The rope defense standing strong. Wu picking it up, putting it on her shoulders. Yeep, back to Janacek. Janacek is going to break the mark with a nice layout grab to Angela Pigeon. Those game in terrible conditions is, well, it's fun to watch. You see Pigeon work back to the space, work out of the space, hanging around. Janacek finally gets it to her. And the layout grab gets us to score. I think now that the rain has gone away, we can emerge from our retreat that we had created over here. maybe get a better view of the field. (6-3) the score, and Rogue, their Nationals campaign is off to a great start. See Coach Martin Forrest making his way off the field there and giving instructions to his D-line. So clearly happy with what he's got out there. Brandon Lamb in the white bucket hat is going to pull. Lamb, an Australian representative. Doesn't quite make it to the brick mark. Play to Hoog. Barr tries to get free. And then a throw, just a nothing throw into the lane. Looked like Epstein maybe getting the block. So Rogue now go to work through the hands of Lamb. Engages Elena Latamatos. Lamb down that far sideline, that's Epstein. Epstein is going to go with a big backhand. Oh, and it's dropped in the end zone. And Mira Sant had found separation and gotten free. The throw got to her, but as we've been talking about pretty much all game, disc when it's slippery like this is not easy to catch. Not easy at all, but if it was easy, anyone would do it. And certainly out there, these players aren't just anyone. Barr down the sideline, trying to find that reset to Air. And Air connecting with Foster. The momentum is building. Schmidt's going to have to go. Oh, the athletic Marine Schmidt not able to get there. And Lamb. An outside in. And there's Bub. Popping up as she reliably does. An awkward one to catch. Celine Tarr just deciding to bid when it was still relatively high in the air. Ended up with an awkward height one, which is coming at her face. So DeHoog fakes the backhand and then gets it off. There's the around to Air, who had to stretch it full reach and couldn't get it. Lamb. The inside break. Just slipping a little bit. Lamb looking down at her hands as she ran off up the field. Clearly didn't feel good out of the hand. Schmidt engages Air, gets the reset, dribbles with flow. Marie Schmidt outside in, Epstein in the area. It doesn't even go that far though. Well, 45 minutes gone in this game. Rogue in front. And Factory are fighting hard. Lena Latamatos bringing it back for Rogue. Rogue looking to set up a horizontal offense. Falls very flat from DeHoog. Lamb working against Air is forced a long way back and then breaks the mark. To Bub. Pressure on the throw on the reception of Tarr. Lamb gets another reset. Latamatos. Lamb. Latamatos getting up the line instantly, trying to create some movement. And Bub with an outside in. It's a pretty good throw. Epstein can't get there. Sarah Ethel on the left and Epstein on the right, and neither of them could get there. And De Hoog just picked up the distance, started to walk with it. Schmidt on the inside. Schmidt with a big backhand. It looks good out of the hand. Oh, and up she goes early, does Needle. Huge throw that was by Schmidt. Needle just needs to read the matchup a little bit there, I think. She let that run. She could have just ran onto it. So Ethel resets the Latamados. He goes out to Lamb. Rogue looking for the answer and how they get it down the field and how they score. Sant gets looked off. Lamb. Epstein getting under again. Lamb doesn't go to any of them. Goes inside. Marie Schmidt is going to get a block. Bub turns around. Doesn't make a call. Oh, the big hammer. It's going to work out. It is going to work out. It wobbled its way. But they all count at the end of the day. You catch it in the end zone, it's good. Doesn't matter how ugly it was. Air. Just putting it up there.
That was good, hey?
It's a good hammer. Still a good spot. And the catch. So, 6-4 now the score. Factory Flash peg one back against Rogue. And that'll be the way back in the match for team from the ACT. Those of you playing the home game will realise that, yes, Factory are Factory because they have ACT in the name. Sky does look to be clearing a little bit, so hopefully we get some better weather. I wouldn't say good weather because I think it's supposed to be forecast for rain the entire weekend here in Raymond Terrace. But hopefully the rain continues to stay away and we get some dry weather condition ultimate. Carpenter with a big backhand outside in, looking for Owens, the speedy Owens. Not quick enough to get to that one. Carpenter bending it back and putting a shoulder into that one. Emerson played well. Go pick this up for Factory Flash. Around to Stuve. Flow stopped down that far sideline by Rogue. The force getting on. Emerson gets up the line. Stuve, high stall. Emerson with free arms. Elects not to go long. Looking and deciding where she wants to get this disc. There's not much down the field. She puts it into space. A nice block by Carpenter. And Owens goes instantly. Carpenter likes it. Owens is going to just walk onto that one. Now with a receiver as athletic as Matty Owens. I won't say you can throw it anywhere because we saw that wasn't the case, but on the second go around, Carpenter connecting with Owens. Carpenter not looking much like the young teenager we saw last year. Has all the appearance of an experienced handler now. So he just cut the pass off that was intended for Bobbin. And immediately, Owens and Carpenter on the same page. Owens didn't even wait. She was already running, basically at full speed, looking over her shoulder to see if Carpenter would pick it up, which she did, and the natural conclusion of that one was Rogue's 7th score. So at 7-4, we've got a good game happening. Factory Flash have been behind the 8 ball, to use an expression from another sport. And Weir. Weir to pull for Rogue. Those long levers going to work, and it's going to go a long way down the field. Air to the Hoog. Schmidt, who's been good today. Rejoined in the commentary box by Rosa Wang. Welcome back, Rosa.
I've been listening to you and taking notes.
Have you now?
Smooth voice.
Well, I'm not always calm, because when something exciting happens, you need to get around it. Foster with the lefty. And you leap as there has been. Looks like might be a foul on that one.
Show us the hand signals, guys. Nope.
No call.
I was so confused when you said Linus's real name before. I was like, who is that? I didn't see what was it? Something Forrest.
Yeah, it's Martin Forrest.
Martin Forrest, who is that?
He doesn't like Martin. He prefers Linus. Yeep with the disc. Kasuya gets a reset to Lamb, who's ditched the bucket hat. Janacek with a high release to Yeep. Kasuya's in space. Air in the area. It's going to hang, and Air reaches up there and swats that one out of bounds.
Reaches into the air. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for laughing, Maddie.
We will turn you into a commentator yet, Rosa Wang. It's all about the terrible memes, the terrible puns, the metaphors. The metaphors and the great frisbee. So, Factory get the disc, and they are on offense. Schmidt with several moves to try and get free, but there's a lot in the lane. She does eventually get it, and then she goes. Air.
Well, she wants it, and she sends it.
Sends it, she does. That's Needle climbing up there again. Schmidt working from the back.
They have the same number, Kira and Jess.
Ah. So I've got them backwards.
Both great receivers, though. I can see.
And DeHoog out in front. Indeed, that was Kira Bobbin. And just Needle is actually wearing the pink hat, so get them right. What do you think that Factory needs to do from here to get back in this game, Rosa?
I feel like the rain really messed with Factory. There were a couple of shots that I definitely thought normally potentially they would come down with that they just didn't. Like the one Kira just got now, I feel like there are a couple of missed shots. I'm really liking Rogue's horror, though. I feel like we don't really see that played very much.
Why do you say that horizontal is effective?
I think I don't know if I've just got like froggles for Branda in this game, but her shots are looking so nice. The backhands that she's throwing.
Brenda Lamb, of course, the Australian representative. Yeah, there's a bit of contact there. Marie Schmidt in there with Deadman. That's Yeep with the disc. Janacek. They're out of that horizontal, as you say. Yeep again, pointing down the field. The throw back in the middle. Oh, it is gathered by Lamb at the edge of her fingertips. She managed to catch that one. Kasuya popping up, keeping the offense on schedule. Weir And Weir with the forehand. It's out into space. She's going to have to go. Is she? No, it's perfect.
The lovely little float at the end.
Lovely indeed. Sant's been cutting without much reward. Cutting her heart out, and she finally gets herself on the scoreboard with that one. The end of a very nice move. One that was...
Is that half, Dan? Does that bring us to half?
That is half time. As the 2 p.m. flight from Sydney comes in to land at Newcastle Airport. It's actually probably from Melbourne, that one. Looks like the captain will get them landed on time. So in these halftime, these timeout huddles, Rosa, what is something that you like to do to maintain your focus or improve your focus?
I'm a fan of the dance circle. Yeah, get a bit of a boogie on.
Yeah, do you need music or do you provide your own?
With music's good, but yeah, provide own. If not, oh, here we go. We got some boogieing.
We're in a replay at the moment, so we can't show you, but Weir, Tamas, and Celine Taha are rowing their way up the field.
We've actually been pretty lucky with the weather, I feel like, Dad. When I looked at the forecast, it was 100% chance of rain all day. Oh. Just saw that great grab by Marine on the replay.
Well, this weather has been much how it's been all week. We've had forecast rain all the time, 100% for the last week, and it's been off and on like this.
Yeah.
So at least we're getting snatches where we can stay dry. Potentially not fry ourselves with electronics sitting in water. Can Factory win this, Rosa?
Oh,
I know.
yeah. I have to
Let me
say
ask
yes.
the Factory player.
I have to say yes. Yeah, I think we often see after the second half break, teams will lift. So I'm hoping we'll see that from Factory. Do you guys, will you clean the camera?
In between games, we generally bring the camera down and give it a clean. We're a little bit foggy at the moment. The wind blowing the rain
That's all
directly,
the rain, folks.
directly onto the lens. So. So notice the leadership group, coaches, Ivanovic, Hodson, Air, and Emerson. Long time in their little powwow.
Strat chat.
The strat chat. And looks like the rest of the Factory team will now join them. So Martin Linus Forrest, coach of Rogue, has been talking for a few moments already. Contrast, Factory are only just now coming in to get their instructions and their adjustments that have resulted from that strat chat. Rosa, tell me a little bit more about you. How long have you been playing Ultimate?
Oh man, too long. I actually don't know, because we started kind of in high school, but it's like social ultimate. Have you ever played social soccer as well? And they just, everyone who wants to play it, and you have like 50v50 on the entire oval. Yeah, that's what we did. So, quite a while. I feel like I shouldn't say because that will reveal my age.
And of course, I am enough of a gentleman not to ask ask a woman their age. I learnt that one in school. My mother raised me right, or at least I would like to hope so. But you've experienced the top flight of Ultimate here in Australia. What do you think that is something that is difficult to come to grips with in the Division 1 women's tournament? What do you think is the hardest thing that players struggle with?
Oh man, I I actually feel like it's weather, and I don't know if I'm just saying that because it's wet and windy. Not right this second, but it was a couple of seconds ago. You might train in your hometown. Ooh.
So
Are we still live?
we are, and we can see that we...
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, that is the pole cam being hoisted back up into position, the lens having been cleaned. As we have run out of replays.
But that's all right, folks. We'll be back with some more live action, more exciting live action.
Yeah. No, we're still live now. See the clouds. It's less ominous than it was looking before. I don't think there's much rain up there. Touch wood. Before I jinx this, as I seem to jinx everyone who I say good things about. I should warn you, Rosa, that being a commentator, you do have the power of turnovers in your hands. And what happens is when you say something nice about someone, inevitably the conservation of greatness. Indeed.
Making their way to the line.
Be road to pull here. Factory will get first bite at the cherry. Factory now, they're on the line, getting ready, so are Rogue. Rogue figuring out their defense out there. Coach Forrest, the instructions, his team doing well. It's good to see Forrest coaching, actually. He's played for such a long time. Big part of the bench local club. Made his way over to help out the Division 1 Women's Club of Rogue. Rogue being the arguably the top women's team from Sydney. Maybe that'll be contested by GWS.
Do they have any stream games? Have you seen them play this weekend?
Well, GWS played earlier and they won.
Against.
I forget. I'll think about that.
That's fair
oh
enough.
no,
you
air
have
is.
to watch so much with the air. Oh, Marine goes up, comes down with it.
A little bit speculative, but Schmidt, such a talented receiver, didn't really struggle with it much. The late bid there. Foster trying to gather up the scraps. Janacek will pick it up. Straight away to Weir. Weir inside towards Pigeon. Catches herself another one. Starting the second half with a turnover, Rosa. Not the plan, I don't think, for Factory.
Dan, you can't pick favourites.
Well, at some
I
stage.
guess if we take one each, maybe that's fair.
So I'm cheering for
Your
Rogue
team
and
Rogue.
you're cheering for Factory? Or you want to do it the other way over?
Maybe we should remain neutral.
Okay, we'll do that. That can't have been the plan, though. I'll say that much. Based on my years of Frisbee knowledge, hey.
No, that was some lovely offense by Rogue.
So Rogue, only a few minutes left to play now, 4 minutes to go. What's the chances of you making the field on Sunday, Rosa? You gonna get out there?
Well, pretty low, I think. We've got Canberra Cup coming up in 2 weeks' time. Are you guys going to be down?
No, unfortunately, we will not be able to cover Canberra Cup, but that is an excellent time to segue. Rosa Wang, thank you. The Ulti TV Patreon. If you would love us to get to Canberra Cup, you need to get on the Patreon and sign up. Become a patron of Ulti.tv. We need your help. With your support, we'd be able to get to tournaments like Takeoff, like Gold Cup, like Canberra Cup. A couple of these tournaments where these teams come from around the country and play and compete. So get on there, look it up, get involved, support us and help us grow Ultimate. And Appel with an outside in, it's going to flow to Pack Forms. Wow, both Carpenter and Barr flew at the same time. And there's a wild one, a firm throw, bouncing off the chest of Sunny Zhao. Appel is going to try and get it to Stuve. Stuve's covered though. Appel and the no-look block, bouncing off the leg of Sant. Carpenter, outside in. Zhao gets it. Zhao. Oh, a great throw out in front of Sant. She can go. Just always too far. You notice that Sant just had that moment of, oh my word, that's a long way. I don't think I'm going to get there. Four. Stuve trying to get free and has been put on lock at the moment. Appel just really struggling to get that disc in motion there. And Carpenter will make her way over. Pick this up for Rogue and maybe look for the 10th. I think the game is out of reach though for Factory with time cap coming up. Emerson again looking for Stuve. Barr cleans up the scraps. Barr with the floating one. It's too far out in front of Appel. Carpenter gets the Rogue offense moving quickly. Carpenter again. Has that moment. And flubs it.
Slips out of the fingers.
It's a terrible feeling, isn't it?
It's so awkward. Oh my gosh.
It's awkward.
I'm glad you weren't at Takeoff. I had many of those moments. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone support Ulti TV.
If there was a rock on the field, you would crawl under it and hide after a flubbing, but it's happened to us all. I think if you've ever played any amount of Ultimate. Oh, and I do not know what has happened there. Sunny Zhao has somehow affected the block. Emerson's walking away. She doesn't look like, well, she doesn't look impressed. She's going to call foul. I think maybe just giving yourself a moment there to take a breath. Sometimes that's the most spirited things to do is give yourself a moment, Rosa.
I agree, yes.
Because
collect
in this game, yeah, collect your thoughts, collect your emotions a little bit. Especially if you've just been clobbered.
Yeah, so we can remain fair and spirited. I wish that happened more at league. Oh, and there goes the time cap.
So we're going to finish this point, and well, the game is over. Rogue has won.
You called it, Dan. I hate to admit it, but you called it. They still play out the point, though, I think, right?
Yeah, finish the point. So we'll end up with a final score of either 9-5 or 10-4. Coming back to Spirit.
Last point wins?
Last point wins. I love last point wins. When it comes to Spirit, what do you think is the key to a good Spirit?
I think just being willing to discuss things and chat about things. It's totally fine to make calls. I think what Loz actually did was really good, to take a moment to make yourself ready to have a clear conversation, a clear discussion.
Yeah, try and establish what happened. It looks like this is going to be a contested foul call. You saw the arm signal, followed by the two fists butting together, which is the signal for a contested call, which means it's like the play never happened. It will return to Lorna Barr. And Barr will get another shot at it. Emerson. Oh, we saw it open like the Red Sea. Moses parting the players. A needle. Can't get it done. Carpenter will come to the front of the end zone line, and Rogue go back to their horizontal. What's the secret to making a horizontal work, Rosa, do you think?
I feel like maybe clearing so that other people can come into your space, but I feel like that's just cutting, good cutting principles in general. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would like to play more horo, I think, but...
We might be revealing a little bit, so you can refuse to answer if there's... I'm about to peer a little bit into the Factory playbook, but it sounds like Factory doesn't have a horizontal in their offensive options.
We have some secrets up our sleeves that you guys will see at Nationals. Okay.
So we'll leave it at that. I want to ask more questions, but I know that I can't.
We can take this conversation offline, Dan.
I look forward to it. I love knowing the goss. Love knowing the inside story. And Emerson has one fortuitously fall to her Stuve. Over the top, Appel. The cut's there. She doesn't see it. Stuve goes up the line. Appel to space. She always wanted the break side. It's going to fall to the ground. Off the hands of Northwood.
Oh, good second effort, though.
She had it. So Carpenter now. As Tamis draws two defenders down the field. Someone will be unmarked. Carpenter gets a reset. Crossfield throw towards Zhao. Goes to ground. And Emerson. I feel like we've been trying to find an end to this game for the last 4 minutes. Emerson's going to try and do it.
Nope.
Oh, there's a fat side throw towards Wu. Emerson jumping. Emerson into space towards Stuve, who's seen a bit of it at this point. Stuve gets it to Emerson. Emerson pivoting onto that backhand, trying to get it back towards the middle of the field, try and get to the break side. Stuve has to go up the line. Good change of direction there. And that's a somewhat cynical foul, I would say, by Jenny Wu. Nowhere near. The player has created a bit of contact and gotten a stoppage. Stuve. Bar. To Needle, rather. And then that is the goal. DeHoog catches the final point of this game. 9-5 is the score. Rosa Wang, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
It was a pleasure. Do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you'd like to touch on before we sign off?
I'm really excited for Nationals. The quality of Ultimate we've seen here is great, and I can't wait to see other states join the mix. It should be a fun time.
Yeah, it will be a great time. Thanks again, Rosa. Perhaps no more handstands before a Frisbee tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, that is that game from the Division 1 side of the women's tournament. Hope that you've enjoyed the game. We will see you shortly.
Alti.tv